Welcome to this video on how to apply to upgrade your temporary Florida teaching certificate to a 5-year professional certificate. To get started, access the DOE Educator Certification website. From the Apply page, click Apply Here to go to the online licensing service site. You probably already have an account, but if you don't, sign up for one here. If you do have an account but have forgotten your login info, retrieve it using the Forgot Password and Forgot User ID fields. Please don't create another account. If you have difficulties, email flcertify@fldoe.org and include your full name, date of birth, and DOE number. After logging in, you'll see the Quick Start menu. Your certificate number and license type will appear here. Open the Choose Application drop-down and scroll to the Upgrade to Professional Educator Certificate application, then hit Select. You can use this application if your temporary certificate has not yet expired or has not been expired for more than 1 year. This introductory screen probably looks familiar. As you work through the application, we recommend you read all the information on each page to save time later and prevent any delays. Use the Next button to move through the pages. You can also use the tabs on the left, but if you try to move on without completing required fields, you'll get an error message. Next comes the Function Suitability page. You must be able to answer yes to the question to use this upgrade application. If your answer is no, you'll receive an error message. Your contact information will be pre-populated. Verify it by clicking Next, or change the info if it's out of date. Now we come to the Subjects page. It's important to take your time here because a mistake can cost you money later. First, review the subjects and endorsements you already hold. We see that this educator has General Science grades 5 through 9 and Social Science grades 6 through 12 on a temporary certificate. If the educator already had any open applications, those would show up here. And here's the spot to be especially careful. This is where you'll add any coverages on your temporary certificate that you wish to upgrade to your professional certificate. It's also where you'll add any new subjects or endorsements. First, use the drop-downs to choose each subject or endorsement you wish to upgrade to your professional certificate, including any coverages or endorsements recently added by your district. Then hit Add. The subject selected to upgrade will show up here. As you can see, we've now added both subjects from the temporary certificate. It may help to think of this as moving subjects from your temporary certificate to your professional certificate. If the subject is not listed here, it will not appear on your professional certificate. The key to getting the most for your money is to remember that all coverages you wish to move from your temporary certificate to your professional certificate should be added now. That's because no matter how many current subjects or endorsements you move to your professional certificate, they are part of your upgrade and will be covered by your $75 upgrade application fee. So, this upgrade application would require a flat fee of $75. However, if you neglect to move a subject to your professional certificate now, you'll have to do a separate application and pay another $75 to add it in the future. What if you want to add a new subject or endorsement, one that's not on your temporary certificate? Let's say you are now qualified for the reading endorsement. Add it just as before and it shows up here. In this case, you'd be charged an additional $75 for this new coverage. So, you'd be charged the $75 upgrade fee for the 2 subjects you already hold, plus $75 to add that new subject, for a total of $150. If you were adding 3 new subjects or endorsements, you'd be charged $75 for each, plus the $75 upgrade fee, for a total of $300. There's one more situation we should go over. This is Glenn. He has 1 subject on his temporary certificate, but he doesn't need it anymore. However, he does want to add a new subject, Engineering and Technology Education. He can swap them out. He'll still be charged only $75. Of course, if he adds any more new subjects beyond just that one, each will be an additional $75. Don't worry, you won't have to figure out how much you owe. Once you've submitted the application, you'll see a screen that tells you how much to pay. For now, just check once more to make sure you've applied for everything you intended to. Then click Next. Here we are, back to some screens that may look familiar. This is where you can add any additional qualifications, including any certifications you've earned since your last application, such as an ABCTE or an out-of-state certificate. After entering any new record, remember to click Add and then click Next. If you enter a record by mistake, just click Remove. Educators who are upgrading to a 5-year professional certificate should have K-12 teaching experience to list on their application. That process is pretty simple. You'll begin by adding basic info about your school and district. Then you'll enter your employment start and end dates. But what if you're still working in this position? No problem. Just enter today's date. You cannot enter a future date, even if your teaching contract has not ended. The credit you receive for your teaching experience is based on how many days you've taught as of the date you apply for the upgrade. The legal disclosure page is very important. You must answer yes or no to every question. And if you answer yes to any question, you must provide more information on the appropriate following page. Even if you were previously cleared of an offense by the department, you'll need to acknowledge it by adding a record in the appropriate section. If you enter a record by mistake, click Remove. Here's where you can add an ACTFL or DLPT record or GRE scores. Now just add any relevant documents, such as an out-of-state educator certificate, on the attachments page. But remember not to attach college transcripts. Any transcripts attached here will not be evaluated. Transcripts must be submitted by the academic institution via the FASTER or SPEEDY system or an official copy mailed to the Bureau of Educator Certification. Official transcripts previously submitted to BEC do not need to be resubmitted. Finally, review your application summary and use the Edit buttons to make any needed changes. When your application is complete, click Submit. Once you submit your application, you will not be able to edit it further. You'll pay the fee to DOE right after you click Submit. Still have questions? Visit our website for more information. And all the best on your next step as a certified educator in Florida.